Welcome back, subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion, we're not really looking at a derelict house, an abandoned house, or a haunted house. This is basically where the urban development arrives at the doorstep of regional rural communities. This home is in excellent shape back in its day. The roof is still great. It's a brick veneer home. And it was once, I guess, a homestead for someone on a large rural acreage. And as the suburban sprawl has extended itself from the inner suburbs, this is basically what happens. These farm properties get bought out because of the land that they have, and it doesn't take too long before it becomes the local tip. Now, as you'll see in this video, this place really has got hammered. It is a shame that these things occur, but I guess it's progress. Now, this is an interesting one. As I was going around, I stumbled into this quite modern sort of vehicle. It wasn't all that old, and it looked like it hadn't been in an accident, but rather had been stripped. So here I am just checking to see if I can find a VIN number. Obviously the number plates are no longer there because my suspicions arose to the fact where I believed it was stolen. And there's your VIN number, and sure enough, it is stolen. So this one had to be reported to police, and it's just interesting what you stumble into when you wander into these properties. Once again, this property did not have any do not enter signs, do not trespass signs, and once you'll see the drone go up, you'll see that it's pretty much nestled in a residential estate that's being developed, and obviously this is soon to be demolished, but I would say this has been like this for a couple of years, where the owners have sold up, got their money out of the land and the property. The developers don't need this house whatsoever, but the local community have obviously thought, well, this is good, we've got someone to dump our rubbish, which they have, and it's sort of an interesting sight to come across. So without further ado, let's check out this estate. It's in the Tarneet area, or the North Altona area, and there's quite a number of these homes where they've been bought out by developers and they really just want it for the land. And these are quite nice homes back in its day, and all the sheds just get left to the elements, and also to those that like to dump their trash there. As you can see, as we're walking around, not only has people been dumping rubbish in the acreage behind, but it obviously come through here and just trashed everything. The walls have been punched out, light fittings have been removed, all the copper, if there is any in the building, have been removed, any brass or any sort of recyclable materials that can be pulled out from this building it has. Even the shower fittings have been removed, that you'll see shortly. This is obviously a walk-in wardrobe. So the house was quite nice. It would have been quite a nice looking home back in its day, and hopefully the owners did get all the money they could out of the developers for their land, as the property itself, as in the house, would have been worth nothing to the developers. There you see all the fittings to the shower area being ripped out. birds have obviously made a home there, or something has, maybe a possum or a rat. But yeah, everything's been trashed, and as I think I might have mentioned, the developers wouldn't mind this at all. I think they'd be a little bit concerned with all the rubbish that's out the back, and it definitely is out of line of sight from the street. But once the drone goes up, you'll notice that there's a number of tracks leading from the back of this quite a big property coming to the house from the rear, which would be totally out of line of sight if anyone was passing the road to report people dumping rubbish. So there you go, there's me. I'm still bamboozled. I'm thinking there must be a few memories in this house for someone, and I'm just hoping that the owners got all the money they could out of the developers. And it is a sign of progress, I guess. And once that drone does go up, you will see all the other estates in the immediate area, especially across the road. That's really been developed quite a lot. And yes, as I mentioned, this is in the Tarneet North Altona sort of border. Also, in relation to that vehicle, once I got home, I checked with Vic Roads, which is like the DVLA or the Department of Transport in the United States. And if you give them the number plate or the VIN number, the information that's provided, you don't get the name of the person who owns the vehicle or anything like that, but it will tell you if it's listed as stolen, if it's unregistered, and things like that, the year, the make, the model, engine number, all that sort of stuff. And sure enough, it came up as stolen. I did notify the local police there, and I guess they're going to go and check it out. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it because it's got no wheels. But at least at the end of the day, the previous owner can be rest assured that it's not on the road as a cloning car of any type, and it'll make its way either back to the insurers or straight to the tip as well. And as you can see, it is a nice home. It was once a really nice home. It's a typical country sort of property with the veranda going right around the perimeter. But it is amazing what the youth of today do to these homes. They really do hit them hard. So here we go, we'll throw the drone up and let's have an aerial view of the whole area. And it's a nice looking home, I have to admit. I like those sort of homes. It's all on one level. The roof looks like it's still in good nick, but it will get demolished. It's all going to go, the whole thing. Now I'm just assuming that must be some sort of a catchment for rainwater, which sort of suggests that there mightn't have been any town water at one stage when this property was built. Could be totally wrong as well, there probably is rainwater, but I'm not sure, but that's what it sort of appears to me. There's the property in the back. As we go a little bit higher, you'll see some tracks that lead all the way back down there. So then people who are dumping are obviously, or possibly coming from that end, to dump their rubbish here, which is, well, not a good thing anyway. That's a steel structure there, directly underneath the drone now. So that would be worth a bit of money, I guess, to someone who's recycling. Just over there in the distance are the new roads coming through for that estate, and I'm assuming this has been bought out by a different developer who's likely to do the same. Some great trees in this property. There's a lot of dump rubbish right there. It does appear that neighbouring house in the distance there are holding out. They've got quite a large high fence there. So I can only assume that they're holding out and not selling up. And good luck to them. If it's where you want to live and it's your castle, stand by it and don't be tempted by the money. There's that car once again, well hidden, and where it was stripped, no one would have known that car been there. Now you see the hole that's in the top of the roof. There is a sort of, I don't even know what you'd call it, a technique whereby thieves, when they come to one of these buildings that have been locked up, will break in through the tiles to gain entry if the doors are all locked. There's that track, and it wouldn't surprise me if people were coming by that track to dump their unwanted goods on this property in lieu of paying tip fees. And there's the new estate in the distance, and it's just a matter of time. Just across the road, as I mentioned earlier, that's all developed already. They've got homes, people living there, and that suburban sprawl has come all this way. There's a lot of trash there. Now that could be a skylight that someone's been able to gain access through the roof of the house. Not sure. But I can only surmise that this was all locked up once. But anyway, I hope you found this interesting. Once again, if you like this type of video, just give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Subscribing doesn't cost you 1 cent. It really does help the algorithms and this channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day.